Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wakar Double honors to the elders, apostles, great millstone, preaching his word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Hakim, scattered through the four corners of the globe, preaching his word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Hakim, that be like unto the speckled bird, preaching his word truthfully and sincerely. I say shalom to you, Hakim out there. And this is another sit-down lesson in the news on this April the 12th, 2022, Tuesday afternoon. And this is a news article right here. Was recently. This incident happened earlier this morning. And this is from NBCnews.com. And the highlight of this news article, and it reads, at least 10 people shot, 6 others injured in a NYC subway manhunt underway for suspect. A man wearing a mask opened fire on a Manhattan-bound N train as it was pulling into the 36th Street station, prompting a large response to Brooklyn's Sunset Park neighborhood. So that goes to show that the scriptures added that the love of many shall wax cold, And I'm gonna bring out that scripture in regards to that, because you got violent crimes at an all-time rate, That's why I'm bringing out the scripture that mentions the love of many shall wax cold, And this is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 12. And it reads, and because of iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold, right? Because, the love of many shall wax cold and colder. People's going to have that cold heart animosity towards one another in these last days. Even if it be like isolation situations like this of that news article that I just brought out of what happened recently early this morning. What happened over there in Brooklyn at the subway station shooting of 10 people had got shot and 6 injured. I believe those 6 of them were critically wounded, I believe. But I believe they, according to the reports, they said all the victims are non-life-threatening injuries. So most likely they're going to survive. They're going to survive from their injuries of the shooting that happened earlier today, this morning, over there in New York City. So and more examples of love of many shall wax cold. I believe it been a lot of violent crimes been going on for the past few days. I believe it was a stabbing at a graduation ceremony or something like that. And then a 16-year-old got stabbed to death. So, hey, people are going to have cold hearts towards one another. That's what that scripture I was bringing out. The love of many shall wax cold. And it's going to wax cold even more worse and worse in the last days that we are currently living in the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 2, 3, verse 1. In the latter days, and that should be perilous times because we are living in those times, And I'm gonna bring out that as well too. And then with the recent shootings at parties and stuff like that, I believe in that incident was like 2 people had died and like 12 people had got injured. And then there was another club shooting in Iowa, I believe. 2 people had died and about 10 or 12 or 9 people had got injured. So that goes to show you more signs of increase of rapid violence that's going on in the world today. That's why it says that because of the iniquity shall abound and the love of many shall wax cold. And I'm gonna bring out 2 Timothy 3 verse 1. About the times that we are currently living in. Even though we understand, it be cases like this, which is we're so used to hearing, But, especially in the times that we are living in, you never expect for a rapid increase of violence like this in so many days, in the last few days of a rapid increase of violence, We never saw this happen like this before, Even though, we're so used to accustomed of hearing violent crimes here in America, but we wouldn't expect for it to be at an alarming rapid rate like this, And this is the book of 2 Timothy, chapter 3, verse 1. This also know in the last days perilous times should come, right? Because we are living in those days of perilous times coming, and we're definitely right now living in those times of perilous times. It's just gonna further rapidly increase in these last days. Just like I brought out Matthews 24:12. And because of iniquity shall abound, and the love of many shall wax cold. And I'm bring out the definition of iniquity. Yep, iniquity. Oh, not infinity, the iniquity I meant to say. Go to a definition of iniquity. It says iniquity, immoral or grossly unfair behavior, right? Because you're going to see more of a grossly and unfavorable behavior like this, with situations where, it'd be isolated incidents where it'd be potentially a violent shooting or a violent crime that's going on, because like the scripture says, because of iniquity heavy abound, you're going to see more increase of unfair ruly behavior, that's an increase of iniquity, as I brought it out as a definition of it, Right, it says, what does the Bible say? What does the Bible mean by iniquity? According to the Webster's Dictionary, the word iniquity means gross injustice, wickedness, or sin. The gross injustice and wickedness we are hearing about a lot more these days. Yep, that's true. But a few mention the word sin anymore. Yep. So in the last days, we're going to see an increase of dangerous behavior of iniquity, unruly, immoral, or grossly unfair behavior, right, is going to increase, which is similar to wickedness or sinfulness, right? You're going to see an increase of that, and the love of many shall abound. Because of iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. And I'm going to go back to 2 Timothy chapter 2. 2 Timothy chapter 2, right? 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1. I meant to say, this is also that in the last days, perilous times shall come, right? It's going to be more of an increase of perilous times that we are living in, because we are living in actual biblical prophecies, because these crimes and incidents that's going on, because these are biblical prophecies, because it's going to further increase, And I'm going to look up the definition of perilous. Okay, perilous times. Right, perilous times. Dangerous, hazardous, precautious, perilous, risky, meaning bringing or involving the chance of loss or injury. And it says, what does the Bible say about perilous times? We are living in perilous times. In addition to the virus, we have wars and other diseases, strong storms, earthquakes, civil unrest, etc. This is a dangerous world. And that's right, even though this person put on as of April 25th, 2022. But that definition is right, We're living in dangerous times, in perilous, dangerous times, and it's going to further increase. Like I mentioned before, even though we're so used to and accustomed to hearing these things as it continue to unfold, but it's you're starting to see the rapid increase of it within a couple of days span of these incidents, and it's gonna further increase in these last days, as I brought out 2 Timothy 3:1. When the perilous time shall come, in the last days, because we are definitely living in the last days, because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold, because it's gonna further to increase in these last days. And so with that, I hope this was edifying through the spirit, power, grace, and mercy of Yahweh Yahushua. And first and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakar Kadash. Double honors to the elders, apostles, of great millstone, preaching this word truthfully and sincerely. Shalom to the Akim, scattered through the four corners of the globe, preaching this word truthfully and sincerely. And shalom to the Akim, scattered through the four corners of the globe, that be like unto the speckled bird, preaching this word truthfully and sincerely. And until next time, I will say shalom and a ball.